Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. One person.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, I am here backstage doing an exclusive interview with the amazing Dakota House. He is an accomplished actor, entrepreneur, activist, politician, public speaker, anything you can think of. He has done it all. And of course, Dakota House is one of our amazing guest speakers here at the Spirit of the Children's Society Youth Conference. So, Dakota, welcome to this segment of our highlight reel. So I just wanted to ask you the first question. What got you into inspiring youth through public speaking?
Well, I look at my film career, which has been very lucrative, and in the last, let's say, in the last 20 years, I really began to understand that the position that I was put in was actually, it was a vehicle to get me to where I needed to be. Number one, Indigenous youth. Like, we don't really have that many role models. Like, when I was growing up, I didn't really have that any more role models, any, to look up to and to inspire to be like. And I found that because I was on these shows, that people, they really wanted to, they had an interest to hear what I had to say, right? So it was I think it was in 2004 when I started my walk on the Red Road, started my journey of sobriety. So I've been clean and sober for 17 years now, and when that came into play, I just all of a sudden I had this idea about reaching and giving back, right? Reaching our future leaders of today and tomorrow and giving back. So I came up with this name, Going Miles. And I thought, okay, I'll be going miles. I'll go to all these communities all over, going miles. Well, here in Canada, you would have probably thought, why didn't you think I'm going kilometers? But but miles, in fact, is an acronym for motivate, inspire, lead, empower, succeed. So changing lives, really making a difference in people's lives, that it became so much more gratifying to me than doing the film and television. Now I know I need to create that balance, and people always say, you got to get back in front of the camera, you got to start acting again, so, and I do have some things that are coming up, but it was to give back, to be able to change lives, to motivate, to inspire, to lead, to empower our young people to succeed. So that's yeah. And I mean, even when I first started acting, right? When I first started in the industry, and there was the second year North of 60 came out, people wanted me to come and do public appearances, and doing public appearances and speaking in front of large crowds was the norm when you're put in that position. And so I really saw that there was a need. There was a need for that. And yeah, it really inside, just, it's so gratifying, it's like, I know I'm changing lives and I'm doing the work that I'm supposed to be doing. So yes.
And of course, on the first day of the conference, you were doing a very serious talk about the impact of drug and alcohol use. And we all know this is always one of those important things we've emphasized to youth all the time about, how they have a choice to say no. And we've always heard those messages every time, just say no. But you've emphasized that message by telling your side of the story. With you being in the entertainment industry in Hollywood, we know the harsh reality is that a lot of people who have been involved in those industries have fallen into drug use and everything, and we know that's a very serious issue. Of course, we've seen that on celebrity news every day. Someone's fallen into the unfortunate cycle. Do you feel like it's your goal to break that cycle, be a more positive light in that industry?
Absolutely. So I was mentioning, in this position that I've been honored to take part in. I know that I lead by the example that I set, and the example that I want to set is a positive, healthy, drug and alcohol-free lifestyle. And that example, of course, with my story where I almost lost my life, where I was in the hospital, I lost my hearing, that whole deal, right? And when I tell my story, it really sends a profound positive impact, because our young kids, our future leaders, our youth, they've seen this. They've seen it over and over and over again, right? And to assist them to make that decision where they look at me and go, okay, wow, look at you now. Look where you're at. And it's like, yeah, I'm here because I'm drug and alcohol free. And if I wasn't, I'd probably be dead, and the message that is being force-fed on the daily with all of the stuff being put out on social media or commercials or news or whatever, right? And it's just like, honestly, when I say force-fed, it's force-fed. We're force-fed this information, and we have to realize and understand that. So by sending a message and talking about that as well, we really see that, right? So for me to walk this red road, I really pride myself on that, because when I talk about not doing drugs and not drinking, that's legit. That's not like you're gonna go out anywhere ever and see me. And you know what? I don't really talk about this too much, but there are so many haters out there, and I would never, ever give them the opportunity or the benefit to say, see, I told you so. I told you he is going to drink. I told you. And that will never happen. Not in this lifetime. Not ever. So I stay strong. I stay strong for our youth. I stay strong for my kids. I stay strong for my grandchildren. I stay strong for my family. It's a lot of weight. Yeah. Yes.
We mentioned about Hollywood and the mainstream media just being so in your face and so out there, right? It's just like, it's always that infinite content being force fed on not just daily, but every minute, every second. Now, for all those big stars out there today in Hollywood, or even like, TV, broadcast media, journalism and whatnot, if you were to give them that advice on how they can be a positive role model to their audiences, their followers, their fans of every kind, what would be that advice that you want to give them?
I don't necessarily think that it would be words, but the example that I set for them to follow, because no one wants to be told what to do, how to do. But when they see something that they can aspire to be, then they follow that lead. It's like, oh my God, Dakota can do it. I can do that too. Actions speak louder than words. So I wouldn't say anything. I would just continue to set that example. By the example that I set. And that's what I always say. We lead by the example that we set for others to follow. And when they see that speaks louder than words, right? It's like they say, a picture tells 1,000 words. If they're looking at that picture of me, and in real time, like, wow, yeah. Hey, you look so young still. Look how agile he is. I mean, yeah. Oh my God. I want to be like that. So, yeah. And for those of you who don't know how old I am out there, I'm years old. That's right.
There you go. Do the math, folks. So speaking of actions, and of course, speaking of the young folks of today, what have you enjoyed so far attending the Spirit of the Children's Society Youth Conference? I mean, you must enjoy connecting with people of every kind. And of course, today we have such a great turnout. It's been such an amazing experience, at least from what I've seen so far from my perspective. But I want to get your perspective on what you've enjoyed so far when it comes to connecting with these awesome, amazing young attendees.
Number one, they're the future leaders of today and tomorrow. Number two, being that role model and someone they could really truly look up to. Number three, setting that example for them to follow. Number 4, and I could just go on, but the thing when I'm speaking to them and I'm passing my message on, talking about some of my life experiences, or passing on some of the knowledge that I have for them to fill up their tool belt, with all these tools for coping and getting through adversity. When I see they're listening and they're just like, it's almost like they start daydreaming. I know that it's getting deep into their thoughts. Yeah. And when I see that, and it in me, it just, it inspires me to keep doing what I do. And one of the things that is just so awesome. I mean, okay, number 1, I'm getting to meet the future leaders of today and tomorrow, and I like to think that I'm assisting them on their path and their journey to get to where they need to be, right? Yeah. What they aspire to be, where they want to go, and to know that they can do and be anything that they want. And then 5 years later, them sending me a message on social media saying, "Hey Dakota, I'm drug and alcohol free. I'm done school. I'm a lawyer now, or I'm this, or I'm that. I have a full-time job. I got a family," and like that. It just, I know that I not only changed that life, but I have broken that generational cycle for them. And our people are dealing with a lot of intergenerational effects of residential school, right? So being able to break that cycle, oh my God, that's like, the clouds part and the sun shines down.
That's right. Awesome. And I think this is so encouraging that this week has been a great week of empowerment. And honestly, just seeing you, and of course hearing your words to empower these young folks, it's been such an encouraging week this week so far. And I'm always looking forward to what you're going to do on your next chapter, whether it be going out there, doing some public speaking at more conferences, or maybe your next role on the big screen. It might be a really cool thing that we're all going to pay to see for sure. But I just want to thank you so much, Dakota, for being a part of this experience so far, Spirit of the Children. We really appreciate everything you've done, and we always keep looking forward to seeing all different kinds of amazing Indigenous influencers that are out there to empower everybody around the world. And we just want to say thank you so much again for coming down to here to the youth conference and being our amazing special guest. So we look forward to hanging out with you again in the very near future. Don't be a stranger, Dakota. It's going to be an amazing, fun time with you.
Go miles, baby. We can all go miles together. Motivate, inspire, lead, empower to succeed. Go that extra mile in your community, home, or school.
Amen to that. See you later, guys.